everyone, welcome to Coast of Carnage. I'm here today at Alton Towers. I'm just about to go on Wicker Man. It's a 35-minute wait. I got here just after 10 o'clock. I think it's actually quite good to get here just after 10. I know a lot of people get here for around 9:30. But I think it's sometimes it's handy to get here actually just after 10, because then you know what's closed at the start of the day, because not all the rides are open at 10 o'clock. So sometimes it is good to actually get here just after 10, refer to the app, see what the queue times are like straight away. Like for instance, Wicker Man is on a 35-minute wait, which is not too bad considering it's peak summer. So yeah, I think it's probably quite handy to do that.
For hundreds of years, our family has lived in these woods, led by the spirit of the Wicker Man. The elders told us of a day when he would rise to give us freedom and eternal well-being. But to start that ritual, we must present him with a gift. And that gift is you. You and the flames. Time. He is here. What an honor to see yourself bound in wicker, encased in his soul. And you see yourself in him. The time has come for the Wicker Man to rise. Together we shall feed the flame. Let the ceremony commence.
Just had my ride on Wicker Man and I love that it's back open. Absolutely amazing ride. It was such a good investment for the park, and just all the elements, you know, you got the turns, the theming of it is absolutely brilliant. You know, you have the pre-show before you go onto the ride, and it's very quick. I think it's quite underestimated in my opinion. I think, you know, just because it's not the longest, but it is quick. You know, and I think it's quite a good lengthy ride actually as well. You know, it's not too long, it's not too short. I think it's about right. And I think it's such a good investment for the park. I'm really grateful that it's back open as well, because it was closed. Just anyone riding that ride, make sure you have zip pockets or put it into the baggage hold. Just let's not have a incident with this ride again. You know, just keep it open. It's peak summer now as well, and it's great, you know, and the capacity as well, and it really helps with the rest of the rides as well. So, you know, a lot of the rides now, they're not on past an hour, whereas when the Wicker Man was closed, a lot of rides were on pretty much an hour wait, and then you had to go, like, you know, later on in the day or arrive quite early on to get your rides in. It's a great capacity ride. You've got to think there's free trains as well. It's running free trains at the moment. The operations are brilliant as well, by the way. All the seats are getting filled up. They're getting them sent out. You know, one's going up the lift hill, and then, you know, it gets to the end, and then the other one's going up the lift hill pretty quick actually. So operations are fantastic on that ride as well. But yeah, fantastic ride, Wicker Man. Absolutely love it. Just my luck, isn't it? Always me. Anyway, went on Oblivion, started queuing at 11:30. Everything was going great. You know, the queue was moving. There wasn't really much, you know, standing around. It was going great. And then got to the very front. I was on gate number 3. Got to the very front, and then the ride went down, didn't it? And now it's 12:30. So the whole process, an hour. It is what it is, you know, these things happen. I don't know what's going on though, because there were empty seats going out as well before it went down. So the seats weren't getting filled out. Otherwise, if they were getting filled, I would have been on the ride before it went down. But it is what it is. Let's talk about the ride itself anyway. Amazing drop, absolutely love it. The views at the top. And I tell you what, your tummy, like, I was on the back row on the far right, and it's the force on there is great. Yes, it is just a one drop, and that's all it is. But it is a great ride. It's a really good ride, that one. Had to go there on the Smiler. Now I did purchase the silver fast track. I thought, I don't know what the availability is going to be like today. It is the summer as well. Normally I don't do fast tracks. Whenever I come here, I very rarely do that. But just because of the ride availability, and I don't know how busy it was going to be today as well, I thought let's do the fast tracks. A good example, you know, the Smiler's on 60-minute wait. Obviously they got a single rider as well, but the fast track, I was on there in 5 minutes, and you know, the Smiler's not one of my favourite rides, so I don't really want to be queuing for that long for it. But anyway, yeah, I was on the back row. You want to be in the middle on the Smiler, not on the outer seats. It's going to be rough a little bit, no matter where you sit, but you want to be in the middle. There is a part towards the end, before the corkscrews, where it does have a really big jolt. You kind of get to, you know, you get a little bit of a bash there. I'm not too sure why. But every time I ride it, I get the jolt every time on a particular part before towards the end. But yeah, it's not the best really, you know. If you like that sort of thing, you know, all those elements after element after element, then you're going to love that ride. But with me, not for me, but it was worth going on. I got the fast track for it, so yeah, it is what it is. Oh dear, I don't think it's not working. There's no audio around this part either. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but there's nothing around here. It's quiet. Right, I highly recommend this, by the way. So you get it from the generator next to Donut Division in Forbidden Valley, around the Nemesis area, and you get some chicken strips and some fries. Or you can get chicken wings as well. I highly recommend these though, although it is $14.95. I've gone for large, so that's why it's $14.95. But honestly, it's so nice this. I've got barbecue on there. You can have a choice of other sauces on it, but it is really, really nice.
sequencing active.
Nemesis Reborn, it's my favourite ride here, without a shadow of a doubt. It's a phenomenal ride from the moment you go through the queue line, all the audio, all the theming around, and then you go into the station. The station's amazing, and then the ride itself, all the elements on there, you know, the corkscrew, the loop, lots of turns, lots of twists. It's just phenomenal. Like, watch it go by me in a second. It's amazing. I'm speechless. I was on row number 3. I was on the far right. No matter where you sit, it's a brilliant ride. It is more of a back row ride, though. I think the back row is where it's at in terms of the intensity. But no matter where you sit, it's going to be a good ride anyway. But yeah, it's just amazing. I'm absolutely blown away by that ride. I love this so much. Oh, it's amazing around here. Absolutely incredible. Look at all the detailing on this. Look at it. It's so nice. It's amazing. Look at it. Oh, I love this so much. What they've done to Nemesis Reborn is absolutely amazing. I mean, look at even that up there, coming out of that. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Oh, listen to that. I'm going to go on Galactica now. I've not been on this for ages. I think last time I went on this was probably a year ago. But yeah, I got a fast track for it with the silver fast track. It's advertised at 40. So yeah, I'm going to use my fast track now.
About to become space pioneers. Pass through space called wormholes, you're going to leapfrog across 3 galaxies to see when one has a split second, you'll be in space. Make sure you look down to see air. It's quite a sight from up there. Your first stop is a mysterious place that we call Sector 12. It's an area of deep space riddled with wormholes, making it the perfect starting point for galactic.
just have my go there on Galactica. And yeah, use my fast track, so pretty much 5 minutes. Yeah, not my favourite. I did like the part though where you went onto your back after you come through the circle. I did like that part, that was quite good. But yeah, it just doesn't really do it for me, that one. Yeah, it needs something else as well. I think it needs a re-theme. You've got Nemesis next door, we just had that, you know, it's had the big overhaul. And yeah, I think Galactica needs something now, doesn't it? And it needs a good wash as well. The presentation needs to be better. It needs something. Normally smoke around here. That doesn't seem to be working though. Normally with the smoke it makes it like even more atmospheric. Obviously you've got the audio and all the lighting around, as you can see there's blue and green lights around, you've got the gravestones. But yeah, normally the smoke pumps out normally and it gives it a really good atmospheric feeling. And again, I've said it before, but Scarefest in October is absolutely amazing through that queue line.
Please, may I go to the party?
No, you may not. Now get to your room, you wretched little creature.
Hello.
I've got a leaf on a stick.
How are you finding the house?
It's alright, but I hear the party's no good because I'm not there. I'm not invited.
Maybe next year.
I hope so. They say that I'm not high society, but I've got patches on my jacket and that's very nice.
And your gold bow, Mary.
And my gold bow with me. I found it on the floor.
Oh, did you?
I think it's from someone's party outfit, so I tried to put it in and then I can go to the party.
Yeah,
but it didn't
you
work.
can go.
I even got a leaf with a bow tie to try and get in, but that didn't work either. You're going to the party, are you?
No, I'm not invited, unfortunately.
You're not invited? Why?
No. Got to look after Mary.
Because it looks like a green bee.
Something wrong with my outfit.
Green bee.
Alright.
Have a good day after.
Bye-bye. Just thought I'd bump into, you know, the residents around the Kurosawa Manor. Yeah, I do like the street kind of acting. You have some like the Wicker Man, you have obviously the Phalanx, they're normally around, and then obviously the Kurosawa Manor, you have those two that are normally around, and then I think there's a couple of others as well. But yeah, it just adds to it, doesn't it, when you have the street theatre walking around. just coming off 13 now, and yeah, 5 minutes again for fast track, so really quick. Obviously that's the idea of fast track, isn't it? You know, you don't want to be waiting for very long. But yeah, you know, the fast tracks today have been pretty good. So yeah, you know, getting on these rides quite quick. But yeah, I love the drop. It still gets me. Like, you know it's happening. Well, it's going to happen, but you still don't expect it, even though you are expecting it. It's really weird. But yeah, had a bit of a giggle on that as well, because the girl behind me said to her friend, is that it? You know, before you go into the drop scene. So she might have maybe forgotten about that part, or she's never been on it before. But I thought I'll keep my mouth shut and see what her reaction is. And she was probably screaming, and oh, it was funny when the drop happened. And yeah, it still gets people. You know, people who don't, you know, do their research, and you know, they might not know that that's going to happen. So it's that kind of surprise element. But yeah, I love the drop on that. I think that's the best bit of the ride. Obviously the bit before that is very short, you know, not much really happening. A couple of turns here and there, but nothing spectacular. But it's the drop inside, and then it's the theming of the ride and the audio. That's what makes the ride. A lot of you probably already know anyway, but yeah, Hex is still closed. It's such a shame that it is closed, because it's such a high capacity ride. And with that being closed, you know, I think it does have an impact on Dark Forest. The likes of Rita and 13 are always on really long waits, apart from early in the morning or, you know, towards the end of the day. But yeah, having Hex closed around here doesn't help. So earlier on, I said about the helicopter not working, where the propeller's not going around, and you can see there's 2 members of staff looking at that. And there was no audio around here either, around by the helicopter. So yeah, it's a bit poorly. I don't really know what's going on with that, but obviously they're having problems with it. Definitely stay in the park until 6 o'clock. Nemesis Reborn on 15-minute wait. On my last one, I waited 10 minutes. It's going to be around 10-15 minutes between 5 and 6. So you want to be staying at the park until 6 o'clock to get lots of re-rides in. This is going to be my third go now on Nemesis Reborn. This is why you want to get re-rides in. Back row ride. My third go, back row ride to end the day. Oh my God. The intensity on that ride is incredible. But the back row is where it's at. Right, I'm back here at my hotel after what's been an incredible day at Alton Towers. It's not been actually too bad. The only kind of downfall was the Oblivion. So in the morning, went to Wicker Man, that was fine. And then afterwards, queued up for Oblivion. And unfortunately, it went down. These things happen. It's just a bit frustrating that, you know, I got to the very front. I was literally going to be the next one to go onto the ride, and then it went down. And the whole process of that was an hour. Whereas it would have been 35 minutes I would have been on the ride. And then I might have been able to get, you know, a couple more rides in before lunchtime as well. So that is one of the kind of negatives today, really, was that situation there. But it is what it is, you know, these things happen. Operations throughout the day have been pretty good. A lot of the rides. The only thing I would say, though, I'm still seeing empty seats. And I think in the long term, Alton Towers does need to think about single rider queues. I think single rider queues, it will fill those empty seats out. I know, like, you get groups of, like, say 3, and they all want to sit together, and then, you know, they might not want someone sat next to them who they don't know. You know, things like that, and maybe the staff are being a bit lenient with that. But I think single rider queues, just get people on, fill those seats up. Especially with Oblivion as well. There was still a lot of empty seats on that ride, and I actually probably would have been, in fact I would have been on the ride before it went down if they were filling the empty seats out. So I do think in the long term they need to think about single rider queues. But yeah, in terms of the highlights, Nemesis Reborn, I've got the hoodie on here as well, as you can see. I had 3 rides on that, and I did have a back row between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Like I said before, really make sure you stay between 5 and 6, because Nemesis Reborn, it was on 15 minutes, 10 minutes wait. So that's how I managed to get In fact, I had 2 rides between 5 and 6 on Nemesis Reborn. I went on that in the afternoon beforehand. But yeah, between 5 and 6, I had 2 rides on that. So obviously throughout the day, yeah, 3 rides altogether on that ride, which is absolutely incredible. The operations on there are brilliant. The queue is moving quite a bit. You're not really standing still that much. It's the same with Oblivion as well. You don't really stand around for that long because it's such a capacity ride. You think with Oblivion, I think it's eight seats per row on that one, and they did have the 2 sides open on Oblivion as well. So what I mean by that is they had 4 rows on the left, 4 rows on the right. So everyone was kind of going on to then the 1 train on that side, the 1 train on that side, which meant everyone was pretty much piling on. So you think, 8 seats per row, that's a lot of people that are going through the ride. So same with the Curse of Alton Manor. That's always on 5-minute waits pretty much. I've never seen on the Curse of Alton Manor being any more than 5-minute wait on that. So yeah, operations, they have been good, apart from obviously empty seats. But in terms of the operations, in terms of, getting the restraints down, checking them, yeah, really, really good actually for operations today. And yeah, it's been good though. And I did have a go on Galactica as well. I did go on that. Obviously, Wicker Man, I did have 2 goes on that. 13, again, the drop surprises me with that. And I do like the theming of it. It's a good ride, 13. I think it's quite underestimated with it being a family ride, not really having much going for it. But in terms of the theming level and the drop, which people still get surprised about, I do think is a good ride for the park. Still to this day, I know obviously it's been around for a while, but to this day I do think 13 is a good ride for the park. But yeah, it's been a good day. I didn't get loads of videos, so I didn't get see Beaver's Land. I didn't really go around there. Spinball Whizzer, I didn't actually go on that. So in terms of when I said about the negatives in terms of the day, because of the situation with earlier in Oblivion, obviously that took an hour, which meant I didn't go around the whole park for the whole day. So that is one of the other negatives actually. I didn't get a chance to go around the whole park because I was really focused on getting on all the rides, having re-rides as well. The last time I went to the park was a month ago, so I wanted to make sure I had re-rides on Nemesis Reborn, at least 2 rides on Wicker Man, get my ride in on 13, and that kind of stuff, go on the major rides basically. Obviously Spinball Whizzer is a major ride there, but I'm not too fussed about Spinball Whizzer. Same with Rita as well. I didn't actually go on Rita. It's not my favourite really. My favourites there: Nemesis Reborn, Wicker Man, the Curse of Alton Manor. Those 3 are my big ones at the park. But yeah, thanks for watching anyway. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and yeah, get yourselves to Alton Towers, and yeah, hopefully you have a good time as well.